Hello, and welcome to the Notary Life with Kimmi Podcast. I am also one of the trainers with Notary Educators, which includes myself, Kimberly Nunnally, Angela Johnson, and Alexis Franklin. We each own our own very successful notary businesses and teach notaries in all 50 states to be great and grow their own business. We will discuss general notary work, apostilles, ink fingerprinting, and the duties of a notary signing agent, and much, much more. For all of your notary needs, please visit notaryeducatorsllc.com. We hope you enjoy the show, and we wish you much success. Hello, and welcome to Notary Life with Kimmi. I am Kimmi along with Angela and Alexis. I'll let them introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Angela from AJ Mobile Notary. How are you guys tonight?
Hey everyone, welcome to Mentor Mondays. It's Alexis from Mobile Notary Services by Alexis.
Hey, hopefully you guys are being safe out there this weekend. I didn't go anywhere. Did you guys didn't travel either? Yeah, I went on a little vacation last month, so my funds are whack. I'm local right now. I won't be going nowhere for a minute, but it's cool. I had a good day. I had lunch with a friend and chopped it up at Chicken Salad Chick. Y'all know I love chicken salad.
She loved that place, and she loved that place.
So I met my friend and went to Chicken Salad Chick. What you ladies got up this weekend?
What did I do? I chilled, rest, watch movies. I didn't do much.
Yeah, I got a couple movies I want to watch. Jurassic Park, and also actually we started watching Rocky 3.
Old.
We are fanatics about Rocky around here. Even my family when I was growing up. So we love us some Rocky. I don't care. Except 5. 5 was not my favorite. Alexis, what you got going on?
Nothing much.
Nothing.
Alpharetta today, Avalon, that area.
Oh, did you?
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah. That was my little day today. Weekend, really.
Cool. I used to work out that way, actually. It was a nice little distance from me. So our topic tonight, guys, I am so excited. We're going to talk about dealing with late customers. We're going to talk about dealing with cheap customers. And we're going to talk about dealing with rude customers. Okay, we're going to do it right here tonight, and we are not holding back. So you ladies and gents that are watching, we thank you for joining us. Angela's going to handle our chat when we do get to it. You want to say hey to a couple people, Angela, before we get started?
And I was laughing when we came on because of something that Frank said. So Frank is here from the Mobile Notary from Lower Alabama. Frank's a fan. He says, you know it's worth it. Hit the like button. Tonya High from Sunny Hot Cooking Eggs and Bacon on the Sidewalk from South Florida. So then Frank says, okay, ladies, let's get it going. Because we wasn't on right at.
Oh, I know,
That's
Frank.
Why I was laughing.
We was having a little conversation off camera, and I didn't lean back in my chair.
So we were having a little conversation, which we usually do off camera, and then Kim's all lean back and relax, and somebody noticed the time, and I'm like, Kim got so comfortable, she forgot to.
I know. And when I do that at a signing, if Jeffrey is with me, he's like, oh, no. He'll be tapping my leg up to the table. I put my pen down, and I'm like listening to the client, and I'll be like, or I'll lean forward. I'll be like, really, Mr. Smith?
Okay, so
he's having a fit. Okay, let's get to it.
Some more hellos from Celeste. Hello from Celeste. DJS. Hi, ladies. I hope y'all are doing well. I'm just here for the comments. Notary down south. Hello. Tanya Bruton says, I always hit that like button. Thank you so much. We have Charlene Mason. Hello, first time joining. Well, welcome, Charlene. Celeste says, I finally had my first paid notary service today. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Miss Cece, Amia, General Davis. Hello, you guys. You got somebody from Facebook, Alexis?
Yeah, that was Jasmine Kim.
Okay.
Hello from Charlotte.
So the accidental treat maker says, the rude ones. Oh, he's the rude ones. He told me, you must not have passed your notary class because he didn't have his paperwork together. FYI, he apologized, but it was after I let him know No, for no words in the chat today, you guys. Yeah, we're gonna keep it clean. We're gonna keep it clean always.
But you had to let them know who you was, huh?
Where you were coming from.
We got a couple more people on Facebook.
We got Wanda over on Facebook. She says hello. And somebody from Rockmart, Lynn Roberts, says hello from Rockmart.
Yeah, so we are going to get into this topic, guys. So let's start with the late customer. So this came about because the last 2 days, guys, I had two clients, and they both were late. So what happened, and I actually didn't even serve either one of them. I'm going to let Angela tell y'all the backup of what happened with the second one, because we actually ended up getting connected. All roads lead back to Kim and Angela in this particular area. So my first client, though, which is the one Angela's going to give you the other part of the story, she called me starting at 1 p.m. She's like, hey, I need a notary. She was a repeat client. Actually, both of these stories were repeat clients. She was a repeat client. And she goes, hey, I need a notary. Can you come to me? Okay. I gave her the price. So the first time we helped her, Jeffrey did her notary. He drove to her job, and we did it very underpriced. I think because he was already out. And sometimes if I'm already out, I'll give a different price, right? So he gave her this price of like $25. So she's like, hey, can you come to me this time, which was Saturday night? And I said, yeah, I'll come to you. It's going to be $45. So she was like, 45? I said, well, you can come and meet me where I am. And because of the pushback that she gave, I said, I'm not going 1 mile out the way. She's going to come exactly to where I am. So it's going to be about 30 minutes to get to her, right? So I decided I'm going to Ross, and that's where I was going to have her meet me. So around the time was set for 6:30. She was going to pay $25. She said, okay, fine. I'll meet you there. Okay, good. So anyway, 6:25 rolls around, 6:27. I call her. I say, hey, I'm driving a white whatever. And she says, oh, actually, I haven't left the house yet. I'm going to be another 15 minutes. So I'm looking. I'm like, I know she didn't think I was going to sit here for another 15 minutes. So I said, oh, no, I'm sorry. We'll have to reschedule. I said, I'll see, can I find you someone else? I did reach out to 2 other notaries, couldn't find anyone. So now Angela can take over. So what happens, Angela, when you talk to me around 9 o'clock?
So I'm in Buckhead about 5 minutes to 7, and I get a phone call. I'm like, I know nobody's calling me for a notary this late. And so this person called me and said, I need a notary. Are you available? I said, well, it's kind of after hours. And you guys would not believe this. I was feeling generous, and I did not charge her extra. And so she called me. She told me what she had. I said, okay. I had not talked to Kim. I gave her the exact same price Kim had gave. And so she said, okay. I said, but I'm not home. I said it's going to be 45 minutes before I can get home. I said, I'm in Buckhead. And so she said, okay, I'll be waiting for you when you get there. And so I said, I'll text you when I'm close to home, about 10 or 15 minutes away. And so Kim had told me, this is how we found out we were talking to the same person. So she said, well, my text message is not working it like that. So, you can't text me. Let me send you another number. And I said, okay, fine. And so I texted her and told her that I was leaving Buckhead. And she's like, okay, I'm leaving now. I'm like, I'm not going to be home right now. I'm leaving. But to make a long story short, it ended up being the exact same person that Kim had been talking to all day. I had gave her the same price. But by the time she got to me, she was humbled down because Kim had, already talked to her, and the price was the price, and she didn't stumble with me with the price. She accepted it because I guess she saw that she really needed. Because I said, well, can you wait till tomorrow? Let's schedule it tomorrow morning. She said, I got to have this done tonight. And so anyway, she ended up paying the same amount she was going to pay. I don't know why she thought it was going to be less.
So let's talk about people when they're late like that. What do you guys do in the comments? Do you let people just run your schedule? Do you easily cancel with them? Do you give them a grace period? What is your standard practice for those of you who are joining us tonight on the live? What's your standard practice? So my standard practice is I might give you 5 minutes, right? But it was already Saturday night, holiday weekend. I was already exhausted from my day. I wasn't giving her not 1 second longer. And I meant what I said and said what I meant. And that's why by the time she found Angela, she gonna do whatever she want her to do, right? Because I wasn't playing with her. My whole tone with her, my whole no, that was over because I was mad. And so once I get to that point, and I'm like that because it's so clear, right? I should be the same all the time, but when you take me there, I'm done with you. So that's what happened with her, right? And so anyway, no grace period for her. 6:29. Again, I had already talked to her at 6:25. She wasn't coming. I'm not waiting 15 more minutes because that really meant another hour. And I've had people do that to me too. Don't presume on my time. My time is precious to me. Alexis, how do you handle situations like that?
Exactly how you did, especially if it was a little rocky from jump. Because like you said, my time is precious, one. And then two, it really bothers me because you don't know what I had planned today.
Yes.
We agree on 6:30. I always say the least you could do is text me way before, the time you knew you was going to be late. And you could have said, hey, I'm running 15 minutes late. Because then, I don't know, maybe we could have changed the destination or I could come to you, whatever the case may be. It could have worked in your favor. I'd have been like, whatever, I'll just come to you to get it out the way or something like that. So
and that's what Jeffrey wanted me to do. He actually wanted me to do that. He said, Kim, just go to her. Yeah. I said, I'm not driving her for $25. There is no way on this earth, because I was already tired and Saturday night. So I was doing good to even help her after hours. My hours on paper is 5 o'clock, right?
Right.
So I was doing pretty good to even offer to still help her. So do you have a grace period, Angela? How do you handle that?
I do have a grace period. I've had people late and I've had to call them and say, I have another appointment. If you want to make an appointment for later, I'll be happy to do it. And they be like, I'm on my way, I'm almost there. But I give them, it depends. It depends on if I have another appointment, but I will give them 10 or 15 minutes max. If they're coming to me, or even if I'm coming to them. If I'm coming to you and you call me, I'll give you the 10 or 15 minute grace period.
So I'm looking at the chat. Look like most people say they do give a little grace period. And how long do you wait after that? You said about 15. Alexis, how long do you wait?
It just depends on the situation. I mean, if I have time to wait, I will. It's just more so, okay, when are you going to get here? I need like a definite time. That's when I'm a little more stern in my conversation. Right. What time are you going to get here? But I don't, 10 minutes is too much to me. 10 minutes.
I've had that happen several times. I'm like, what time are you coming? Yeah. Oh, I'm on the way. No, don't send me no on the way. Like, what is that? OTM or whatever? No, I need a
OTW.
Your OTW. Sorry, y'all. I'm still working on that. OTW. Don't send me no on the way. I need to know because my time is precious. And again, that's when they treat you like a $2 notary. And I'm not a $2 notary.
I have an experience about that.
Yes.
Especially when I say it depends on the situation. So I've had that experience mostly with loan documents when a signing company sent me on an assignment. The last one I had was a couple of weeks ago. Made arrangement with the gentleman, told me what time to be there. So he called me actually, so I'm going to be about 10 minutes late because of traffic. Fine, cool. I don't have a problem with that. I'll be in the driveway. I'll be there when you get there. So then he calls me or he texts me and he says 5 minutes away. And so I'm still okay with that. But then when 5 more minutes passed after you're supposed to have been there, I'm like, okay, where is he? Mm-hmm. And so I texted him and I said, it's been 20 minutes total. And you said you would be here 5 minutes. I have another appointment, which I did. I have another appointment. And this was at 6:30. By now it's almost 6:30. His appointment was at 6. So at 6:25, I get my email and I start texting the signing company. I tell them what time I was there. I tell them what the initial text message said. He called. I said, it's been 30 minutes. I can no longer wait for this client to come, for this signing. And so by that time, the signing company texts me and says, okay, just leave and whatever. So I literally get 10 minutes down the street and he calls me. He said, I'm here. Where you at? I'm here. I said, well, I left. I said, are you really at home? And he said, yes, I'm at home. I said, well, I can come back then. So I text the signing company and I said, the client just called me and asked, can I come back, to his home? I have another appointment and I will go back if you authorize me to go back. So that was a good thing because it ended up, like I said, I called my client that was for 7 o'clock and told him I'm sorry, I was running behind because of the previous client. The signing company emailed me and says, we would appreciate if you go back. We'll pay you for the visit where you went and we'll pay you for the second visit. So I ended up making like $250 off of that one call and I was right down the street. So that has happened to me like twice with signing companies where I left and the client was like, well, can you come back? And I called and the signing company paid me double because it was 2 trips. Really, I was right down the street.
Yeah. And to your point, I'm a lot more generous with my signing companies.
Right.
And I don't have it happen as often with them either. So, but my general notary, I find that they will be late. They think they own you and they own your schedule. And I have a huge issue with that. How about the last part about talking about late customers? Do you charge a fee if you have to wait longer than the 15 minutes, the grace period?
So I say yes because I was at Starbucks and it was a 2-party signing. It was a general notary work. And so one of the people was there on time and the other person was late. And I said, it's about to be a $20 service charge because he's coming up to 15 minutes late. And he looked at me and he called. He's put it up in the parking lot. He's put it up in the parking lot. So I had told him it's 15 minutes. I said, he's coming up on a $20 late, a service charge for being late. So I do charge extra.
I might start implementing that. Do you, Alexis, charge a late fee if you wait?
I'm flexible in a sense that it depends. If it's like a big document, let's say it's like a living will or something like that, or something with a large party involved, and one of them is running on time, 30 minutes or something crazy. Yeah, but if it's just something like one document, as long as it's not impeding on my day, I don't charge extra. Mm-hmm. That's just, I don't.
And Kim, I have like, if somebody was late meeting me at Starbucks or Kroger or Dunkin' Donuts, I'd be like, Mr. Jones, I said, I'm a busy woman. You late today. And they always end up giving me like a $10 tip or something.
Okay. So I think I'm going to start implementing that. Something I did start implementing. If I wait over 10 minutes, and I might start saying, I can continue to wait for you, but it's making me late for my next appointment or whatever, and charge a surcharge of $10. I might start doing that because we're trying to get that bill up if we can, because this is a business, right?
Yeah.
And the time is money for real. It's my time. You don't get those breaths back that you waited for someone. All of that time is just lost. You don't. I mean, I've seen a lot of death recently, so I'm quick to tell you about real life. So yeah, you can't get that back once it's gone. So you need to start compensating me for that. Last thing I'll tell you about this other one really quick. So this was last night. We don't have to really discuss it, but I want you to know I had a second one. That's what made me so mad. So the one that called yesterday on the holiday, right? Holiday weekend, same story. But this one, she's coming from out of town. Repeat client. This is the one I did a video on a while back that I stamped her document upside down. Because when she called me, she was like, do you remember me? You remember me? And I was like, nope. And then she says, you stamped my document upside down. I had to go get another one. So I said, oh, yeah. I said, you got to remind me of what crazy happened. And I always remember crazy. So anyway, she called me starting at 2:00. She said, I'll be there in town at 7. I'll be in Atlanta. I really need to get this document done. Okay, fine. Gave her the price. She calls back around 8:30. I think it's going to be closer to the 9 o'clock mark. Then she calls back at 9 and say, hey, can you come to me? I'm like, no, I don't think so. I said, you'd have to come to us if you want to get it completed. So then she finally calls back again at 10 o'clock and says, never mind about the whole thing, because it was just too late. And she didn't really feel like traveling to me. I wasn't going to travel to her. By that point, I already texted her and say, hey, it's going to be the next business day. That was around 9. That was around 8:45 after the 8:30 call. I let her know, hey, no. So it was just too much. So she ended up canceling, but here again, just stretching it out. And I wanted to charge her more, honestly, if I had to did it after the 9 o'clock mark. But I thought about I had made a mistake on her first document. And she was repeat, and she didn't bug about it. So that's the only reason. But I think that's going to be a part of my business plan going forward, too. I really do. Let's talk about the next one, when people are just cheap. For those of you who are just joining us, thank you for joining us tonight on a holiday weekend. And we're talking about clients that are late, cheap, and rude. We just finished talking about those who are late. And we're going to get to your comments shortly. Angela will go through them. So let's talk about being cheap right quick. So those that are cheap, they keep asking you questions. Well, how about this? What if I do that? What if they keep trying to change the scenario? The scenario is the scenario. When you call me and said I have 5 documents, this, and that, they want to keep on asking you questions. Now, you guys know I say questions equal money, right? So they're going to start asking you questions, trying to get the price down. They trying to play my game. They can't play my game better than I play the game. So anyway, that's one part of people being cheap, or they'll try to tell you what it should cost. I just had that happen. Somebody texted me and gave them a price, and they said, "Well, it's only $2." And they sent me back. The text said, "FYI, it's only $2, and you can go to your bank for free." So I text them back, and I said, "That's what I would recommend: going to your bank for free." End the conversation, right? So I know what the bank does. I know what UPS does. I know what FedEx does. And it is what it is. So you don't tell me about my business and what it should cost. What have you guys experienced as far as people trying to be cheap?
The girl that you were talking about that called, both of us have been calling you all day. So when she called, and I know all of you guys experienced this, it's only one page. It's only one page need notarizing. Well, you got like 7 pages I got to look through and tell you that you got to fill in the blanks. So they don't want to tell you, how many pages the document is or what's the name of the document. She kept saying it's one page. It's one page. And so that's being cheap. And they will not answer. And I'm like, I just keep drilling them until they answer my question.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, and I'm getting to the point where I think that they know if they tell you more, it may be more.
Yeah. I mean, if you got 1 of something versus 10 of something or 5 of something, and, or they don't want to tell you what kind of document it is. What type of document do you have? Oh, it's just a paper. Oh, then I keep asking questions. Oh, you're selling $1 million home somewhere, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's different. Alexis, what has been your experience with people being cheap?
I had one yesterday. A lady, she blew my phone up, but I couldn't get to her. So when I finally did give her a call back, literally maybe 10 minutes after the second call, we were talking. I'm like, what kind of document do you have? So forth, so forth. It was one document, real simple. I was like, okay, I'll charge you $35 because I was leaving my house, but I would have to go out of my way significantly just to even get to her. Although she's in the same area as me, my city is pretty big. So I would have to go like 15 minutes out of my way to get to her. So 35 was pretty reasonable to me.
I think so.
It was actually, a few dollars less than what I really would have charged her. Anyway, but she asked me a couple questions. I was like, okay, well, I couldn't get to you until this time. And then I guess that didn't work for her. So at the end, she was like, well, I wasn't paying $35 for a notary anyway. And I was like, okay. Like, what do you, I'm not about to go back and forth with you about my pricing. It is what it is. I'm sorry. I'm not going down. And like you said, if your bank can do it, go to your bank.
Yeah, I have no problem with that.
Go to whomever else. That's fine. That's perfectly fine with me. I've done it before as well.
Yeah, I have no problem. It's no different than shopping for a plumber, an electrician, or whatever. If you don't want to pay that price, you go to the next person. So I'm not big on changing my price. I don't really.
I don't have a problem.
Angela does not. Angela is quick to change. I'm not changing. I don't. If I told you, because I already gave you the lowest price, I'm going to do it for her.
Exactly.
So Angela and I and Alexis, we all run our businesses differently. That's why we always tell you guys. So Angela, if she hears a story, she might be like, I'll give you a $10 discount. You can talk about that, Angela. What's your process?
The perfect example of that is just a couple of days ago, someone calls me, General Notary, I got a DMV form. I need you to sign. How many documents? Oh, it's just a DMV form. I get there. It's 4 different forms, 2 for him and 2 for his wife. I only had to give him the one price of $40 because I just thought it was one form. And I really should have charged him more because he was like in Grayson.
Oh, yeah. So you got there and there was actually 2 of everything.
Yeah. So I proceeded to do my little diligence and ask the lady how she was doing because she was sick in the bed and just had surgery. And this is always my spiel. I'm like, okay, normally, because of what you said, this is the cost. I said, if you have 4 different forms. I said, so there's going to be an additional fee for each form of $15. And he gave it to me and paid me an extra $5 tip.
So you did change the price.
I always change the price. If you don't give me the right information, I always change the price.
Oh, no, I meant like when they call and say, oh, it's $35. And you say, okay, I'll do it for $25.
Oh, so sometimes, and Kim even taught me this really. In talking to people, sometimes I can tell that they just really don't have it. And I would give them like a $10 discount. And they're usually grateful. And then it's only been like one time where I've been off, because they drive it up here in a Porsche when you. But it's only one time probably I've been like off like that. But usually I'm, spot on with, offering discounts for people that I feel that really necessitate that they get a discount. So I was always $10 off.
Go ahead, Alexis.
I was gonna say my way of discounting is the options I give. So I do let people come to my home. So I always quote the mobile price first. That's just me. I don't mind going out there and going to get my money. So I always quote that first. If they have an issue with it, okay, this is your second option. So for people who do not want people at their homes, which I completely understand, you have a second option of the Dunkin' Donuts that's right up the street on the corner there. That's literally 2 minutes away from your house. So that'll be cheaper than actually going to the client. So you just find your cheaper option, and that can be a way you can give an alternative or a cheaper price. That's the only way I give a cheaper price is if you come to me.
Right.
Well, my thought on that is for me, and Kim, you know how close Kroger is with the Subway, with the Starbucks. I'm leaving the house, so it's still going to be $40 for me. So when I leave and I say, they're like, where can I meet you? I said, I can come to your house. They're like, I can meet you. I said, you can meet me at my mobile office at Starbucks, inside Kroger, and everybody knows where that is, or the Dunkin' Donuts on the corner. And I just get paid $40.
Right. So I love the way Lynn phrased that. I'm going to skip to this one comment because she was like, so this is a nice way to put that in a bow when we're talking to our client. So from my understanding, you're shopping around. No worries. Give me a call back when you need my service. This will be a good response. I totally agree. Yeah. So I'm never rude. But like I said, the more and more you do this and the more and more you feel like the professional, and you will see when people trying to play you. I got one more and then we can move on to being rude and then hit your comments, guys. I actually gave this guy a quote. It was like $70. Then when I got there, he had one document. So I said, oh, okay, so it's not what I thought it was. I'm going to give him a little discount, right? So then he says, after I give him the discount, he pulls out the second copy of the same thing. Yeah. So at that point, when he changed it back to his original thing, I really should have changed my price back, right? But I did not. And I was mad at myself. And that irritates Jeff to no end. I mean, he's like, Kim, price is what you really want. And sometimes I say, well, leave a little room for them to show generosity and tip you, right? No, you got to get what you want so you don't be mad about it later.
Exactly.
And so if he would have done that to me, I said, oh, you got another one? Well, that's going to go back to the original price.
Yeah, and that's what I should have did. And sometimes my heart be bigger, but he had the money. Okay. I could hit myself.
I'm surprised you didn't call me about that one.
Yeah, that was another one, girl. There's been a lot going on. So let's go to the last topic that we have for you guys tonight. Is those that are just flat out rude, right? And how do you know that they're rude? It's their tone. They're talking to you condescendingly, like you're only just a notary. And it's like, excuse me, you dialed my number, right? So I have a real almost zero tolerance for that too. I'm like, what do you need? You know what I'm saying? Now I have to get ugly with you, and I don't want to do that. So I don't like when people call me trying to be condescending to me in my business. And it's like, well, you know what? Again, back to the other response. I don't say it quite that nicely, but I'm like, if you need my services, you could just let me know. I'm here 7 days a week. And that's how I usually end it. I'm not begging. I'm not pleading. And you're not going to talk to me like you crazy. They are often demanding. They want to fast talk you. And then sometimes hang up in your face. Now, I've never had anyone hang up in my face. But I have heard that recently. I've had several notaries that let me know people are hanging up in their face once they quote the price. They're like, click. And then matter of fact, I did have that happen one time. He had to end up calling back because he couldn't find nobody. And he apologized. I think he said something like my phone call dropped. He tried to clean it up. I knew he had hung up in my face, but he had apologized and everything. So it was cool. But again, that kind of person, I don't want your business. Any of the people that we talked about tonight, if you late and all that, cheap and all that, rude, your tone, I don't even want your business. And they can feel it. I had a guy call me one day just recently. He wanted to come at 8. I like to start around 9, 10 o'clock. So he was like, can I come at 8? I was like, By the time I got doing all that breathing and stuff, he was like, I take it you don't usually start that early.
My time passed.
I said, no, I don't. And he was willing to pay a little bit more, but again, the tone, people, you deserve respect as the notary. You are not just a notary. People had this old-fashioned thing that they could just dog out the notary. And no, you're a business owner. So we're not taking people being rude to you. Y'all got to be BFF, but they don't have to be rude to you. Have you guys experienced people just being rude in their tone and demanding with you?
I was trying to think about it, and I've had 2 notaries call me and be rude and demanding, but can't remember.
2 notaries?
Because how can you be charging that? Yeah, it's only $2. Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what you charge.
Alexis, no, they don't charge. They're work notaries.
Oh, see, I'm not a work notary. I'm a business owner. It's a difference. Video coming soon. Alexis, what's your thoughts on that? Being rude?
Yeah, I've had people be rude. I mean, I don't think people trying to be rude. I give people the benefit of the doubt always, right? And at the end of the day, I don't know. Sometimes we all in a bad mood. But one thing I'm like you. Once we start the conversation off like this, I always know it needs to be. We don't even need to meet up, or I need to be a document. When something happens, it's going to escalate, and I already know it. So when I do have customers that are rude, or they might say something kind of slick or smart at the mouth, you know what I mean? I always quote them something crazy, or that's
what Jeffrey says. He said, Kim, charge more. You don't want to be bothered.
I don't. Or I say, like, I don't have an appointment until X, Y, and Z time. It might be 9 a.m. I say 6 o'clock. You know what I mean? Just something to get you away, because I just know if this is how the conversation is starting off over the phone,
it's gonna be drama.
In person, it's different. It's gonna be some drama, and I do not live my life with drama at all.
And that's what they say. All money is not good money. So
yes.
I really live by that, and I need to pay my Georgia Power bill. Y'all hear me talk about it like everybody else, but it's just certain things that I'm just not going to tolerate. Once you get a certain age, a certain stage in your life, and like I said, I done lived a lot of life the last few years. My tolerance level for a lot of nonsense, like Alexis, is almost 0. My blood pressure gonna stay low. Okay. So we're gonna get some of y'all questions, and Angela's gonna take it away for that. We appreciate you guys joining us. For those who are just joining us on the now or on the replay, today we're talking about late clients, cheap clients, rude clients, and now we're gonna take some of your questions. Okay.
So we have Chantra Hughley. Says, hello, just got my notary stamp back today. Yay, me, ready to get started. Congratulations, Chantra. Hi, Marcel says hi. Chug, I don't know what Chug G's. Good evening, ladies. Would you mind if I ask a couple of questions about Ron? And he goes on to ask them later. Please drop your questions in the chat. And DJS says a 10-minute grace period if you call 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's about fair.
Baker says 15 minutes. So the Ron question says, we have Ron services here in my state. I'm wanting to do Ron and just wanted to know what the biggest difference are between that and mobile notary work. So we don't have Ron in Georgia. And Kim, you can add to this, but I think the biggest difference is with mobile notary work. Once you get trained and set your Google page up, you're ready to go. People call you. But with Ron, you got a lot of regulation, your state regulations. You got platforms to decide. The expense is way more because mobile notary expenses, other than buying your supplies, you really don't have any expenses.
Yeah, I have about 4 or 5 videos on Ron. Just weigh the pros and cons. The biggest difference, too, you got 2. The 2 main differences between Ron and mobile is Ron, you sitting at home in your underoos, sitting right there talking to somebody and getting your money, right? Mobile, you're probably going to end up making a little bit more money because in most states, you can kind of set that travel fee, push back to your state, make it up on the travel fee is well worth it to travel. So those are the 2 main differences, so check out my 4 videos on that.
And don't forget that don't some platforms require monthly fees?
Yes, a lot of fees with Ron. Mobile notary, once you get your commission, your supplies, I mean, it's just all cash. I mean, you just making money really. The overhead is not as much as Ron. It's just not. Yeah, because you got to pay sometime per transaction. Watch the videos because I have about 4. They're very detailed. Okay. And then after that, you can make a wise decision. But I'm of the mindset, do everything. If your state allows Ron, know how to do it, set it up. Because when it comes to Georgia, I will be doing it. May not be my primary. I don't know yet because I'm not doing it. I don't know what fees, as far as what's going to happen in my state. But when it does come, believe me, I'm going to add it to my notary resume.
I don't know about me with that. I'll have to see. And they also say, I also wanted to know if you have a ballpark guesstimate of the startup cost for Ron work as opposed to mobile. Are the Ron startup costs lower than being mobile? They're not lower.
It's going to be more. It's going to cost you more to be a Ron notary than it is to be a mobile notary. That's for sure. And those videos will answer all your questions.
And Stacy Ann Robinson says, happy holiday. Hi, guys. Hi, Stacy.
Hey.
Tonya Bruton says, I give 15 minutes grace. If any longer, I cancel. If they want an appointment after my closing time, which is 7, I let them know that there's an after-hours charge of $50 an hour. You go, Tonya.
And I could start doing that too. I don't know about 50 from my area, but I could definitely start saying, well, technically I close. Not technically, I do close at 5. If you would like after-hour service, that's another way for me to start getting my bill up a little bit more with clients.
I charge for after-hour services. Definitely.
You really do?
Oh yeah. Remember, I had this person call me one night. Actually, a friend of ours had called me because they couldn't do it, and it was literally 5 minutes away. And they had this gun permit thing that needed to be signed because they had to be in court early the next morning to go file it or something. And so I had originally told them a fee, my standard fee. And I never forget because I was at the chicken wing place trying to get some fried rice because I was hungry. And I was leaving, and then they called me back and said, I'm sorry, I got to go to Covington to pick up somebody who else got to sign it. And by the time it was 3 hours later, and that bill ended up being like $100.
Wow. And
it was 5 minutes away from my house.
Wow. I'm going to have to start doing an after-hours fee. Do you do an after-hours fee, Alexis?
No, I had a bunch of after-hours when that school document thing was going on. And in those situations, I literally just walk down my little steps and go right to my front door because I wasn't going nowhere. But the only time I do charge an after-hours fee is if I am getting in my vehicle. Yes, definitely. But if you come into me,
if I'm walking out my kitchen side door to downstairs, down them 1, 2, 3, down those 5 steps to the garage, at my table in my garage office, I'm a charge your after-hours fee.
I get it. I get it. But like she said, area too. My area, I probably can't do the same thing y'all can over there. So I usually, and then it depends on the document. If it's something that, like you just said, with that whole gun permit situation, I probably would have did an after-hours fee for that because obviously it's rushed. But like I said, a little school document that I had, that lady, I had 3 actually after hours, and I didn't charge them. And I made good money for literally 10 minutes of my life.
And I understand that with school documents, I'm just like, that's the one document that I charge the lowest fees for is school documents.
Yeah.
I usually don't charge what I normally charge.
Okay. Fair. All right. What we got?
Okay. Janelle says, hello, ladies. Stacey Ann says 15 minutes is her limit, but I'm nice. Ask them to reschedule. DJ says, I don't play that I'm on the way. I leave you right where I found you. Oscar says hi from the mobile notary store. Hi, Oscar.
Hey, Mr. Oscar.
Hello.
And Stacey Ann had a point. She says people do not value our time.
They don't. They think you're just a notary. Take away from me. You need me.
Yeah. Then our Facebook, Robert, he says 10 minutes seems fair unless it's a situation like this one where someone is not considering your time. Time is money.
Time is money. Like she said, Stacey said they don't always value our time. And so Frank says, I'm very flexible. I get a lot of tips for my flexibility. People really find that so unique. They make it worth my while. I have many repeat customers because of this. That's a great thing, Frank.
Yes, Frank. And both of mine were repeat too, actually. But again, I did not value my time this weekend, and I was just not in the mood.
So Tonya suggested recommended a YouTube for Side Hustle Seattle, And she said they have a lot of run videos, and Kim, Angela, and Alexis don't do run because Georgia doesn't allow it. You guys got our back, don't you?
Mhm.
And Kim, like she mentioned, she also has 4 videos. Nia Monique says, hi, everyone.
Hey.
Queen Moore said, hi, Queens of Notary. Oscar says, no issue yet. Will text before I leave. If no response, I don't move. And I'm like Oscar. If I don't get no response, I don't move. And as a matter of fact, Oscar, I've had clients call me and says, are you still coming? Well, I sent you a confirmation email for you to confirm, and you didn't say nothing. I'm not just showing up.
I had that happen too. I had to reschedule a guy in my early days because I sent him something. He did not respond. I do not start tracing all over Atlanta and you not confirming your appointment. You have not confirmed. I don't have, no.
Right. And so Stacey Ann says, great, Angela, you always handle the signing company with authority and professionalism. Great. And I do, because when you have signing companies that are direct, I mean, all of them you should show respect and professional, but when you have people that call you directly and say, Angela, I have this at 6, can we do this? Or leave me a voice. Even the signing companies I have direct, they'll call if I don't answer the phone, which is rare. They will leave me a message and they call me back. And I usually call them back within 15 minutes, and they just like, I'll send it right over to you. So they know that I'm going to do a good job, and I do that because I want them to keep doing what they're doing and sending me assignments.
I have to tell y'all really quick a follow up to the video I did the other day about the signing company overpaying me. So sometimes, and you guys know this just from being clients and customers yourself, when an error happens and you report the error, you almost hate to report it because they're going to mess up something, right? Yeah. That's exactly what happened with my payment. So they overpaid me on the one signing, watch the video, and then they actually owed the client $50 from the error, but she ended up mailing me a check for $50 instead of what my fee should have been. So now I had to send her an email today. So it's all jacked up.
Yeah.
It's all jacked up. So that's why, I mean, of course we're going to always be honest. Yeah. But I knew what was going to happen. Just like AT&T, if they overpay you, you overpaid on 1 month, and you say, oh, take it off the next bill, it don't get straight for 3 billing cycles.
Right. She said 3 billing cycles.
That is the truth there.
What you got to say, Alexis?
No, that's the truth.
You know, Kim had a client that paid me, and they weren't supposed to pay me. They were supposed to pay you.
Oh yeah, we even had that happen. It's the same client, but that was okay because I usually do the job, and that time I had Angela do it for me. Right. So that one was a little bit different. You know, normally I am the notary on that particular direct, and I couldn't do it. I asked Angela to do it for me, so they're accustomed to sending it to me, or vice versa. But yeah, we had another mix up with them, so they'll get it fixed. I have no doubt. Fixed. But it's just the principle of the thing. It's like, doggone it. Now that's just one more thing to my to-do list. Okay, Angela, sorry.
And so CC Davis says, what if they decline to pay that additional fee? Fortunately, CC, I've never had that happen to me. If they've always. Well, so what? Another thing I do, like with the customer the other day, people always, you know, that when in the notary business, you want to let them know that what you're doing is worth it. They want to know that the value. They want to know there's value. And when you have good customer service, you know, like I walked in the house, the lady was in bed because she had surgery. Her husband says, you know, my wife is up here. I had talked to her earlier, and I walk in, and I'm saying, I said, usually I walked in and I said, I forgot her name, Miss. I said, usually when people greet you, they say, how are you? You know, just in passing. I said, but truly, how are you feeling today? Because I know you mentioned you had surgery, so I'm honestly, you know, interested in knowing how you feel. So I started off with that, and she was very appreciative of me being, you know, genuinely wanted to know how she felt. So I think with that, and just had the conversation we had when I mentioned to them, oh, you said you had 1, but you have 3. The price is a little bit different. I won't charge you what I normally charge for 4 documents. I'll give you a discount. And so they were very appreciative. Like I said, he gave me even gave me more money, you know, gave me. So I was like, it's all about you guys, how you treat your clients, you know, how you come off to your clients, your attitude, you know, how you talk to them, how you make them feel. My husband was, I think I told you that several times. He was the account executive for like major companies, like the biggest insurance company in the world, Mutual of Omaha. And he always told me, it's all about how you make people feel. And he said, if people know that you genuinely care, and you have their interests, he said they're going to do business with you. And he said they're going to like you. And when they like you, they're going to keep calling you.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's all about how you make people feel.
That's true. That's true.
And so DJS said, yes, I charge a fee if late and let them know.
Yeah.
Stacey Ann said, you just have that presence, Angela. Thanks for the tips. They don't even know we do that.
And that's
I'm a work in progress.
Will she get her paper?
Wes says, good evening.
Hey,
Tanya
Wes.
says, oh my, the cheap one's too much.
Yeah, Tanya. Oh.
Queen Moore says, Angela, Kimmi, Alexis, thank you for your Southern hospitality methods. Your professional and other professions charge you for late fees, and they will cancel you and charge a no-show fee.
That's true.
Because the doctor's office, you don't show, they're going to charge you, what, $25 or $50 for no show?
Yep. I recently went to an appointment because I didn't want to pay the $25.
That's crazy.
So I wanted to cancel, but I said, well, I might as well go because they're going to charge me something.
Right. So DJS says, cheap customers, in my Kimmi voice, they are not your customer.
They are not your customer.
Frank says, cheap people, I say bye. When they call back because they cannot find someone, the price becomes very reasonable.
right.
Frank, your price that you really come very reasonable.
Yeah, it's so funny. Angela, let me take a second. Can we take a second and talk about the what's going on really quick?
Yeah.
Okay, so really quick, guys. For Labor Day weekend, we are running a special. It started actually Friday, so we're going to extend it because our YouTube people normally catch it right now, and you'll catch it on Tuesday. So we're going to extend it to tomorrow midnight, which is Monday. It's 70% off all the online courses. Coupon code is WORK, WORK. Again, coupon code is WORK. And all classes are at notaryeducatorsllc.com. The coupon code is for the online courses. And then we actually have our September live schedule class up right now, classes. So check that out for September if you want a live class, and just play around with notaryeducatorsllc.com. Just about whatever you need for your notary training, we have it covered for you. If it's a one-on-one session, if you just need to work on your particular business, we have the coaching corner now, which has been going very well. People are making changes to their stuff based on our recommendations and seeing growth. So don't forget, we got everything over there. And then last but not least, really quick, Angela, I'll let her tell you about the apostilles, but don't forget I have my books if you need something. Start Your Notary Business. The orange one is for Georgia. The gray one is for everybody. Gray one is for everybody. And if you got a YouTube channel or thinking about starting one, I have my YouTube book that I wrote with all my little tips and tricks that will help you to grow your channel. And that's about it. Angela, you want to talk about apostille right quick?
Yes, we have one class this month on apostille. You guys don't be sleeping on apostilles. I said it a few days ago. Had one of our students who took the apostille class. And fortunately, she did get a client that had an apostille, and she came out with like $500 or $600 her first apostille. I walked her through it, and it was amazing. And she was very happy that she was able to do it. So we do have a class this month. So look on notaryeducatorsllc.com to sign up.
And that is not something, guys, anything really, you should not be out there faking it till you make it. People will reach out and say, hey, can you help me with this apostille? Because they put it on their Google page. Don't put something on your page you do not know how to do. Y'all know I say that all day long. You cannot call any of us and say, walk me through an apostille in 5 minutes. It's not going to happen. It's not. Even notarizations, we find people are putting stuff in the Facebook group, or they want to put a picture of a document or whatever. Unfortunately, we can't allow the documents in the group for security reasons. We ain't trying to get sued over here. And you need training. You cannot just go out there willy-nilly with these people's documents, guys. You got to have some training. We beg you about training all day long. It don't have to be with us. Teach yourself. But if you want great training, you're going to work with us. But I'm just saying, please don't fake it till you make it. You cannot. We beg you. People like, what do I put here? What do I put there? What color ink should I use? How big should my stamp be? You're asking questions that we know you need training. So you definitely shouldn't be stamping nobody's document.
Yeah. And speaking of apostilles, it's interesting because I had a gentleman that called me Friday, And he called me back today. He's like, I'm sorry about the other holiday. So he needed a document that had to be apostille. His attorney do not know how to apostille documents and don't know how to do it. So he found me on Google. And so he said, my attorney said it has to go to the Department of State, has to do this. And I had explained to him the whole process. He said, I don't understand nothing you're saying, but you sound like you know what you're talking about. He said, so I'm going to just go with what you're saying. And if it doesn't work out, I have to do this, I'll come back to you. So I explained it to them that even though what his attorney said, he had confidence in me. And he said, even if it's wrong, he'll come back to me and we'll do it over. But it's not wrong. And I'm saying that to say the people that are taking the apostille class, thank you, we're very grateful. But every person who has taken that training and who came to us and said, can you walk me through it, came to the class and was like, there's no way you can be walked through an apostille. You have to know what you're doing.
Mm-mm. And we can't even really walk you through basic notarizations all the time. It's too many variables. How many signers? Do you need witnesses? I can't just say, put your signature here. I need to know what's going on. And quite frankly, I don't have 5 to 10 minutes to go over everyone's documents with them. None of us do because we actually work. You know, we just don't. It's no way. So it's not that we're being mean, but you got to get some training. You got to. You cannot just get out there willy-nilly. Alexis, did you want to add something before Angela continue? All right, Angela.
So Frank says the price we're going to read it. Charlene says, in that case, is it wise to have them email it to you to ensure you know what it is that they need? I don't think emailing is necessary. If you ask the question, they just need to give you the right answers. And when they don't give you the right answers and you go, just alternate your fee accordingly.
Right. And I will say one more thing on that too, because a lot of times newer notaries will say that, and that's their habit actually, of having every single client send them an email copy before they get out there to see the documents. Like Angela's whispering over there. That's too much time, guys. You want to get to that job, record it in your journal. Everything should be less than 15 minutes on the norm. Get your $50 to $75 plus and get out of there. So you don't have time for everybody all day. You checking emails. Okay, this Mr. Smith document. Let me look at it. Now, Mr. Brown document. Nah. When you know how to notarize, you get out there, do what you got to do, get it done, and go.
And this is the other side of that. As you were speaking, it made me think about if you're getting everybody's documents, just suppose something happened. And that person, well, I gave that notary my documents. I emailed that notary my documents, and she may have done something. Anything can happen. And they compromise something happened, and you didn't do anything. But that's the only thing they're going to think about is I emailed my documents to that notary. Da, 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 da.
The notary gets blamed for everything.
It's not necessary.
Yeah, we get blamed for everything that happened out there. The notary did it. The notary did it.
So Amia says, well, that's crazy because once they get to the table, they will get the correct pricing for whatever they have. Let them know that this is a basic price, and can increase based on what it is.
Correct.
You can't do that. But what I try to do, I really try, and it works 99% of the time. I try to make sure that I'm giving them the proper and correct price because I don't want to have to change it. But if you don't give me the correct information, I'm going to change it. But if you give me the correct information, I don't change the price. So I try my best to ask the right questions. So when I get there, we're all good. Stacy said, yes, that's, I'm sorry. Who's going to say something?
I'm sorry. I thought we was on the Facebook.
Go ahead. Well, let me get this one.
You're right, Angela. You're right.
Stacy says, yes, that's right. Don't lowball. I agree. Cheap is cheap. We notice have standards. You get what you pay for. That's true. Yeah. Kim and I, I'm sure Alexis too, have both had people to come back to us to redo stuff that somebody didn't do properly because they wasn't trained.
Yeah.
Over on Facebook, we got Brandy Edwards. She said, good evening, ladies. Shondell Johnson says, do you all ask for the money up front before you stamp?
No, well, not. I used to.
No, I don't. I just finish it and they pay me. I never had a problem ever. Now, we will say this really quick because Angela and I had a conversation, and that's because it happened twice. Somebody was trying to pay us with Zelle or pay me with Zelle, and it took them forever to put me in there. So in the future, I'd ask kind of upfront a little quicker, what's your method of payment going to be? Because I finished the notarization, wrote it in the journal, everything done, and it took them 20 minutes to do Zelle. Now you in my time again. So no. So I will ask that up front. What method of payment? Because if you need to put me in your Zelle and it take 20 minutes, let's start doing it right now.
Right.
Yeah, up front. I will say this, out of all the work I do, the upfront payment will only be about 1% of what I do, and that's only if it was like a jail signing. If it was some type of signing, because I live close to kind of rural, not close to a rural area, but it can become rural going towards that Alabama line. So if somebody wanted me, for whatever reason, if they wanted me to drive an hour and a half or something like that, that's something I would be like, okay, I need half now. That way, if in the event that I get there and something happens or something can't be done, it wasn't a complete waste of my trip. So
I agree.
I was gonna say those little small, those are like the only scenarios I can think of off the top of my head that I require.
I agree. I did that with the South Carolina line. I had to drive right up to the South Carolina line, but it was still in Georgia, and I required half of the fee before I got there.
Yeah.
Tonya says, thanks, Alexis, for the cheaper price tip. I'm 100% mobile, and due to security problems, I can't have people come to my home, but I will use your tip. Stacy said, that's nice. Lisa Prescott Snowden says, how do you deal with the notary who calls for services but wants to tell you the Secretary of State says, I explain I'm a business separate, not Secretary of State. I don't understand the question.
I do. So that's like the people that tell you it's $2.
Oh,
it's $3. Yeah. And I'm just like Lisa. Okay. So again, this is my price. If you want to find you a $2 notary, you can go do that. Everyone's not going to be our client. We have to realize that. And they do know, they've Googled just like we have, but they also don't know the handbook. And normally your handbook says you could charge a travel fee, or you could charge this fee, or you could charge that fee, right? They don't know that. And it's not my job to be their teacher. I don't train them, right? So I don't argue with them either. And by the time somebody calling you and they got that kind of mindset, that takes you back to the condescending, all that kind of tone and all that. They're not my client because they already calling you with drama. It's not like they're saying, well, it's $2. Normally that person with that particular sentence, they already got an attitude. Well, it's only supposed to be $2. How you gonna charge me $30? Yeah.
And so how about, go ahead, Alexis, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I have had a situation where it came, a notary called and she was a little snarky in the beginning, but as we went on about the conversation, I could tell she wasn't knowledgeable. So at that point, it was just more so, that was a time for me to plug in notary educators. But yeah, some people just don't know. And like you said, it's not your job to be a teacher, but based off of conversation, sometimes I can just tell genuinely that someone just doesn't know. So I do share little tips because I always give, try to give back. But I do get that a lot with people. They call like, oh, I thought you only could do this. I even have people who say that, regular clientele who aren't notaries. They'll say, oh, I thought you could only do this. I'm like, no, not how that goes. I'm not leaving my house to come to you. It says mobile notary. I'm not coming to you for $2.
I just tell them mobile notary is different.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Who would come to somebody for $2?
Right. I don't care about their document like that. And guess what else? I'm not in the habit of getting in Facebook groups arguing with notaries.
No.
Okay, just a FYI, if you've trained with us and we've taught you how to price legally according to your state, I don't get in no Facebook group saying, because I hear that too. Well, how y'all charging this? How you doing that? No, we're not arguing about it. You charge what you want to charge, but don't get in Facebook groups arguing with people, guys, about what they charge.
And
your business, right? If you've been trained and you know what to do to get your money, if you want to try to assist, but don't fight with people in Facebook. It's not worth your time, energy, or the extra little breaths that we have every day. Okay.
And while we talking about Facebook, Julia J says, "Yep, I've had a notary be rude, not so much clients."
Yeah, they be the worst ones, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Sharita Pate says, right, this is not the cheapo depot. It's a business. You don't ask Walmart to lower their prices. She wants to say Walmart to lower their prices. Don't ask me to lower mine.
I live by that. I seriously do. When I'm complaining, I'll be like, you do not, in my head, I'm like, you don't go to Kroger and debate with them about how much a bell pepper is going to cost. You don't. Like when you go to Walmart, you're not debating with them about how much you're about to pay for this TV. You don't do that. So why are you debating with me about my price? I don't understand that.
Right. I love it. Sharita said cheapo depot.
Sharita says, good evening from Southern Cal. What part of California you in, Sharita? I used to live in Southern Cal. DJS says, rude guy called me, gave him time of 45 minutes, told me it shouldn't take you that long to get to me. I told him, I'm sorry, you have no idea what I'm doing. He pumped his brakes real quick.
Well, I bet she did get with him. How he gonna tell you how long it should take?
You don't know where you at or what you're doing, like you say.
Yeah, it shouldn't take you that long.
Let me tell you something. He would have been left right there with that. I don't say that. Because they always gonna be an issue at the sign. I promise you, I kid you not. It's always gonna be something. I just leave people right where they at.
If it start out bad, guys,
yes,
end up worse.
Right.
End up worse. So you marry that guy thinking, oh, I'm gonna change him, I'm gonna change her.
Right.
It 99% of the time get worse. Same thing with your notary job.
Yeah,
that first initial relationship that y'all building, if it ain't right,
you're gonna be madder than when you started or when you married.
You're gonna be madder. You're gonna be like, I wish I never met that person.
Queen Moore says, thank you for being transparent with customers. The world feels sometimes as if you owe them or they're helping you out.
Yes.
Yeah.
They act like they doing you a favor, which I do need their money, right? But
they also need their document notarized.
They need something from you too. Yeah.
Right. So it's a mutual consensual.
Yeah.
So Tony said there's also rude businesses to market to, such as staff at nursing homes, hospitals, rehab, attorneys, assistants. And
it does happen.
It does happen, but I've been kind of fortunate because all the nursing homes I've been to, nobody has been rude, and I've been to a lot of nursing homes.
No, me neither. I've not had that happen, but I've had maybe a couple people kind of the mindset, we don't need you. Mm-hmm. We are notaries, and I'm thinking to myself, well, you can't get everybody, and you're not mobile either. So
Stacey Ann says, me too, extra charge or different time. You are just not my client. If they say, well, so and so charges, I say give them a call back and have a nice day. Yeah. What about Facebook, Alexis?
Over on Facebook, Diana Rope says, hello, ladies. Excuse me. Y'all are getting me motivated to start my notary business.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Hopefully you get it started. Lynn Roberts says, work notaries don't know any better. I was once a work notary and didn't know any better when it came to prices. Because of that, I waited almost 5 years to become a mobile notary. When you know better, you do better.
That's true.
That's why I always ask people when they call and they want to know, about doing what to do with their business. I said, first, were you a work? They said, I've been a notary for 5 years. I said, were you a work notary or a mobile notary? And they're usually a work notary, and they didn't know all the ins and outs of being a mobile notary. So that's true. Yep. So Stacey Ann says, plus we have the flexibility to do more. Yes. Mm-hmm. Danielle Edwards says, good evening, everyone. Hello, ladies. Hello, Danielle.
Yeah, long time no see.
Chuggy says, thank you for the run advice, ladies, and to Tonya for the side hustle Seattle channel reference. You're welcome. Yep. Tonya says, ladies, what would you do in a situation where the client leaves a message for a quote, then you call back and the call goes to their voicemail?
They probably found somebody else. They don't leave any. They don't even give you a minute to call back. If you don't, that's why we always say answer your phone if you really want to work. Mm-hmm. If you really want to work in this industry and have a successful business, you have to answer your phone. I do have a voicemail on my phone, but 99% of the time, they're either not going to leave you a message, or as soon as they don't get you, they're going to call Angela. If she doesn't answer, they're going to get Alexis. They're going to keep calling down the list. They're not waiting on you to call back because they need you right that moment normally.
Yeah, because I always said there are many notaries closer to me than to Lithonia and to Stone Mountain, but I get calls from Lithonia and Stone Mountain, and I ask when I get there, how did you find me on Google? You were the third person I called, and you're the only one that picked up. So that's the key. You got to pick up. So
yeah,
go ahead.
I was going to say, I wouldn't keep calling. I just literally leave a voicemail, let them know I was with a client or something like that. If they call back, cool. If they don't, then got somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Charlene said she bought a book today. Thank you, Charlene.
Thank you, Charlene. Appreciate it.
Yeah. And don't forget, you guys, the coupon code is WORK for the 70% off. Mm-hmm. And so Chantel says, good evening, ladies. Alexis, are you feeling good?
I am. Thank you for asking.
So Renee says there's a free Canva training this month on the 14th. I'm struggling with it too.
Oh, cool.
Chuck G says, what's the difference and why does apostille pay so much more? So Chuck G's apostille is not a notary act. It's not, the notary laws don't apply. And each state really, depending on the apostille, they just have certain standard rates that people pay to get apostilles done. And so that's just the going rate for apostilles. Big companies, charge a lot to get apostilles done. So that's just the rate. And that's why, and if you think about it, if people need their documents to go to another country to conduct business, like the gentleman that I'm working on his apostille now, he's moving to Colombia. And so to move to some of these countries, there are certain qualifications or requirements that you have. Some of you have to make a certain amount of money. They want to see that you're not a criminal. So all of these documents have to be certified or apostilled by the state or the State Department. And so that's just the going rate for apostilles. So Charlene Mason said, thank you, glad I asked. You're welcome, Charlene. And Chuck Yee says, can you strictly do apostille work as a notary, or do you have to do all kinds of notarization if you're a notary? That's like a business decision. Apostille is totally different from notary because some apostilles don't even have to have a notary. It's good to be a notary if you're going to do apostille work because some of them do need to have notarizations, but they're totally different. Apostilles and the notary laws has nothing to do with each other, and the apostille pricing is not, restricted by notary laws. And we always say you have a variety of services, so when something is not popping or something else is popping.
Mm-hmm. And for those of you just joining us, because more people are actually joining us now, please go back and watch the replay about the rude client, the cheap client, and the rude, cheap, and what was it? Late. Go back and watch the replay. It's actually a very good conversation tonight. Thank you all for joining us. We really appreciate it.
So Stacy has a good point. She said, I made a quick list of questions on the phone to pull up quick. So she has her questions as to what she needs to ask the client, but she just pull them up on her phone. That's a good idea. You have a Facebook person, Alexis?
That is.
I can actually hit that.
Milton said, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Milton says, hello, I did not see a promo option for the class on the 10th. Is it still available? So all our live classes are not discounted. It's just our online classes, like the Notarized, like the Pro, the Loan Signing Agent, A to Z, so forth. Those are discounted.
Yeah, the coupon code does not work on the live classes. There is no coupon code. I'm sorry, not that it doesn't work. There is not a coupon code for the live classes. That's just for the online classes. So the online classes, for those of you who are new to notary educators, are just like myself sitting in a room teaching you. And then Alexis does the loan signing classes, like you and her sitting in a room, and she's explaining how to be a loan signing agent. So our classes are just what you see here. They're very simple, clean, right to the cut, no straight up, no chaser, no modules, no testing out. We give you what you need to succeed and fly in your business. So if you're new to us, please go over to the website. Again, Notary Educators, LLC.com. Check out the courses. And you can also check out the video releases that went along with the course that kind of just tell you a little bit more, about each course. Each one has a video release attached to it. Okay. Angela? So
Chuggy said, I guess my question is, can you specialize in just one particular kind of notarization service, or do you have to do all services? So
you can.
Yeah, so you can do one thing, or you can add a variety of services. So we suggest a variety because when loan signing is slow, you got your general notary work.
Mm-hmm.
You can pop in between the apostilles, I-9s, fingerprinting. And so when you have a variety of services, then most of the time you can have like a steady pace where you're getting calls in one area or another. But that's really a personal business decision. You don't have to have all the different services. You can specialize in whichever services that you choose to as a business.
Mm-hmm. And the other piece of that is just to clarify just a little bit too. So if you're going to be an apostille agent strictly, sometimes those documents require a notarization. Mm-hmm. So that's the other reason why we always say be your own notary, because if you're just apostille agent and you're not a notary, and the document requires a notary, now you have to eat into your fees and you have to go pay Angela to be your notary, and you're going to be the apostille agent. So the answer is no, you don't have to be. Yes, you can specialize in just apostilles, but again, in order to get a bigger piece of the pie, you want to be a great notary and know how to do a little bit of everything. Okay,
because a lot of my apostille clients will ask me, "Is the notary included or is it separate?" And I said, "Oh, it's included in the price." So that's not an extra separate $30 or $40. And so Chagis also says, can you be commissioned in more than one state? And is there a limit to how many commissions you can hold? You can be commissioned in more than one state, but they have to be a bordering state. And you have to actually do business in that state and live in other states. But you can't crisscross your commissions in the states. So you can I could be a notary in, Georgia and South Carolina, or Georgia and Alabama, because they're bordering states, or Georgia and Florida. But I can only use my Georgia notary in Georgia and my Florida notary in Florida. And you have to have some type of business dealing in the other state.
Or live there sometimes.
What do they call it?
By partial residency, like 50% of the time here, 50% of the time in Georgia, Florida, or wherever. So yeah, but I don't know too many people that's just walking around with 20 commissions. Okay, I mean that's a real talk. But Chuggies, I think you should sign up, if I'm not being presumptuous, for a strategy call over at notaryeducatorsllc.com, because it sounds like you're new to the business, and we would love to help you to get some structure, okay, or have a strategy. So notaryeducatorsllc.com, there is a free strategy call that we can arrange for you, and not just you, anybody that's listening that would like one. And then also don't forget to join our free Facebook group, Notary Educators. We are at 2,000. We're over 2,000. It's on our side. We administrators. Yes, so 2,000 on Facebook. So a lot of things happen on Facebook sometimes that we can't get over to YouTube quick enough. So because it's a little ordeal sometimes trying to get over to YouTube. On Facebook, we can just hop over there. So we try to have a presence in both spaces. While Angela's asking those last few questions, let me know, guys, how you feel about Clubhouse. We're not gonna move to Clubhouse, but we're thinking about maybe expanding and do a little something over there too. So do you guys do Clubhouse? Let me know. I'm just curious.
So Lexi's got some Facebook users. Kimberly Collier says too funny. So Lexi, you have some Facebook.
Yep. Lynn Roberts says, I was guilty of that in my past. Thank goodness for y'all training. Now I know how to price my service. I'm excited about being a mobile notary.
Yes.
Yep.
That is amazing.
Congratulations. And thank you for letting us be a part of your journey.
Yep.
And she also says amen to that. If it starts out bad, more than likely it will end bad. Good reference with the mate/relationship, LOL.
Yeah.
Julia J says yes. Yes, that's as well. Julia J also says, I am quick to refer a person to local UPS or FedEx when they debate prices.
Yeah, bye.
That's me all day. Yep, Julia J also says the price is the price.
The price is the price.
And she also says, I usually just send a text message if I miss a call and place a call to the missed call.
I do that. Let me say something about that. I do that too. And every time I do that, the person will respond back to me and wait for me to call them back.
Yeah. So if you miss a call, immediately when I miss a call, I immediately send a text if I cannot talk right that second and say, hey, I missed a call. Matter of fact, I just typed a new message really quick. I must share because it was kind of cute if I can find. Oh, really quick. My new message is, hey, hello, this is Kimberly Nunnally, your notary. I already presume that they want me. I'm at another appointment. Can you please text me about your notary needs? It would be my pleasure to assist you.
I like that. I'm Angela Johnson. I like it. You're notary.
So I just created that one the other day. So if I miss a call, because my schedule is changing a little bit and I don't want to miss business.
Right.
So I said I send that out and I already presume you're going to use me.
Yeah. Okay, we got some more. Chantel says, okay. General Davis says, do you all have a business account I'm going to Chase tomorrow if there's certain things that I need. You will need either a LLC or a business license in order to open a business account at the bank.
So check out my video that I just did about business checking account, me opening mine. I just did a video on that. So you got a couple ways really quick. Like Angela said, if you have your LLC, you'll need your proof of that. Or if you're going to be doing business as, they'll use your social. So you got a few different ways that can happen. So watch that video. Hopefully it will help you. And then also you can just Google Chase and see what they're actually asking you for.
Facebook. On Facebook, we have Whitney Johnson. Hi, ladies. I'm in Savannah, Georgia, and I was wondering if you would charge extra if a general notary work appointment goes over 30 minutes or an hour.
I've never had one go over like that before.
Yeah, it depends on why it went over. If it was something dealing with the transaction, I mean, no, it's a part of it. But if it was something on the client's end, like you're waiting on something, you're waiting on a document to be sent over, you're waiting on a person or something like that, then yeah, I definitely would. But it just depends on why it's taking that long for it.
I don't know if I would charge extra in that case. What's your number? Facebook.
Oh.
Robert
says, "Where's the free Canva training? I want to create a flyer for myself."
So you ever said that?
Put that in his chat.
Yeah.
So the promo code is not for live classes, you guys. Danielle Edwards says, "Ladies, what do you think about signing agencies that you have to keep calling about your money? Still waiting, but I have emailed and messaged their social media." I've had that experience, Danielle. Even recently, I had 3 people that I've emailed over the past 3 months, and 2 of them finally paid me, and the other one sent out an email saying they had some financial problems. But I keep emailing them every other day.
Every time you tell me that, I just be like, I can't believe that they told you that. I'm just like,
well, I understand because somebody committed fraud. It was some kind of fraudulent scheme, and the federal agents got involved, and they say. So I'm giving them their grace period as to when they say they're going to do it. But the other 2 people finally sent me a check and a direct deposit. And so and I'm always nice about it, Danielle. I email them professional emails every other day. This is my 3rd email. I'm calling to check on the status, payment for this assignment I did on this day per your request. Will you please get back to me as soon as possible regarding this matter? So I email them. I just keep emailing them. I don't let no money go. You're not going to not pay me. I'm going to keep emailing you.
Mm-hmm. And I told the story before. I had a situation where I didn't get paid at all from it. Basically, the signing company, it was probably a regular notary, and they took on too much, that they couldn't handle. But I ended up messaging a platform that, that was a third party. I reached out to the title company. I reached out to everybody who possibly could in this situation, and nothing got resolved of it. So in that situation, it kind of is. It just was what it was. It's okay. It'll be okay. But yeah, just keep reaching out to them. That's the only thing you can do.
And if that does happen where they just don't pay you, then you could always write that off as a loss on your business during tax time. But take a little time sometimes and vet some of these signing companies if they're not a larger company. Why? Because anybody could start a signing company. Anybody. It could be me starting one. And watch my video if you guys have not. This is so important. I'm glad that Alexis just mentioned her situation and what happened. Watch my video about becoming a signing company, what they don't tell you. Because a lot of times people start these signing companies because they don't want to go out and stamp papers no more, right? So I'll get the job and I'll just go hire notaries to do it. But they don't have any capital working where they can pay you. And they don't get paid from the client until maybe 30, 45 days later. So now they can't pay you as a notary because they don't have no money. They just started a signing company. So be extra cautious. Try to vet them. What does that look like before you put it in the chat? And everybody asks me, what does that look like? I'm going to kind of go and Google the name of the company. I'm going to go over maybe to Notary Cafe, put the name of the company in there and kind of see what other notaries have said about them. Do they have a hard time getting paid from them? So again, anybody can open up a signing company. So be cautious. because they will. Some signing companies, some people don't have money to pay you. Like Angela said, that in her case is fraud. They got something fraudulent going on with their account. That's what they told her. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But all that being said, it seems like they would even have a reserve where they could pay you your money if they, you know what I'm saying? But they might be small, just starting out. I don't know. That sounds like a topic for a Monday. Let's go, Angela.
So, Cece said, do I have to be commissioned to take your Notarize Like a Pro class? Trying to determine what I need to do first. So yes, you need to get your commission first. And if you have been to the commissioning authority and you're waiting on your commission to be complete, you can take the class if you choose to, but you have to be in the progress. We prefer that you be in the progress of getting your commission done.
Cece, why don't you sign up for a strategy call too before you do anything, and let's have a conversation, okay? Mm-hmm. Sign up for a strategy call over at notaryeducatorsllc.com. Those calls are 10 minutes or less, completely free, and we can help you usually in about a 5-minute time frame to let you know what you need to do, okay?
And Danielle said they emailed me yesterday saying they're getting with the county tomorrow. So if they're getting with the county tomorrow, which is Tuesday, I would be emailing them back on Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah.
That's just me. Good evening, everyone. That is true. This is from Tyra. I was a work notary and really didn't know what I was doing until I got training, how to complete loan signings. Yep. Mm-hmm. Stacy Ann says, if you need more cards, just ask Vistaprint to find you a discount. They're very helpful. I was able to order more. Yes. What certification or process do you have to go through to be able to apostille? Take the training class at notaryeducatorsllc.com on our website. And Chuggies, in addition to that, Kim mentioned it earlier, and I may have mentioned is that it's really important that you learn the process. Apostille is not something that you can just wake up and say, I'm going to do it. And like I said, people who are taking the training, they will tell you that there are so many intricacies and other things that you don't know, in addition to getting a document apostille or authenticated. That's just part of the process that you would not know unless you got the training.
Mm-hmm. It's good too, y'all. It's thorough. It's amazing. If you want to do apostille, for real, that training is big.
And we're not just saying that because Angela's on our team. We're not. It took her forever to roll it out because she wanted it to be perfect. Right. Yeah. I would be like, Angela, when is the class? When is the class? When is the class? When is the class?
She was even on here ask Angela, when is the class?
So finally it's rolled out and she waited, and it's good that she did.
All right.
So Charlene said, I would look at taking the apostille class. Is that a live class? Yes, it's a live via Zoom. Stephanie said, what classes for new notaries first class to take? Notarize Like a Pro, go to notaryeducatorsllc.com. We have 2 classes this month.
So get a strategy call.
Yeah, I was going to say strategy call. Yeah, sign up for a strategy call first. Before you start, if you're really not unsure about your path or what you should be doing, do the strategy call. I mean, the courses over there are pretty self-explanatory. But if you go over there and you read the definition of the course and you're like, man, I still don't know what I should do a strategy call. We don't mind. Okay.
So we have some people. Charlene.
Oh, they're answering my question. Hold on one second. They're answering my question. So they're like, Clubhouse, no Clubhouse. Okay. Let's see. Don't have Clubhouse, but I have it, but don't use it. Have you accepted Facebook of all your requests? Yes, I will do that in just a second, one of us, because we're actually live right now. So we will get you on Facebook. Answer all the questions too. Stacy said she would do Clubhouse. Interested? Sharon. Okay, good. That's all my Clubhouse question I was asking. So we'll keep you guys posted. We're going to try to add Clubhouse. It'll just be another day. Again, Monday night is not going away. We're going to still be here, but we have an audience over on Clubhouse that we completely ignore. Mm-hmm. We actually have an audience over at Instagram that we actually completely ignore, and TikTok, right? So honestly, guys, my favorite is YouTube. But we have to make a business decision, and we got to get over to these other methods. We have to. So we're going to, that's why I just asked, we'll keep you posted what day the Clubhouse will be once we kind of figure that out, and then IG and all that other stuff. So we're working on some stuff over here. It's just just a lot. Just like growing your business is a lot. Growing our educating business, notary educators, is also a lot too. So it doesn't happen overnight. You gotta keep growing little by little, and that's what we're doing. Okay, next.
Real quick,
Yeah, go ahead.
just a comment on the Clubhouse. Renee Reddick made a good comment. I enjoy Clubhouse because it is more conversational, and that's why I think it would be beneficial for us because you all can really talk to us. And like here, we're just kind of talking to you all's questions. It'll be more voice interaction. So that's why I really am excited to go ahead and roll it out.
Yeah, and our Clubhouse is going to be where you can actually come up on the stage and ask questions. It's not going to be a whole lot of rigmarole. Over here on YouTube, we have to handle the conversation a little bit differently because, if we don't talk, nothing's happening. So on Clubhouse, though, you actually will get to talk. So we're going to have a date of October to roll out Clubhouse. We'll keep you guys posted what day of the week. One last thing while we let Angela answer these last few questions. What day of the week would be better for you guys if you wanted to join us on Clubhouse? We know you're over here on Monday. What other day of the week would it be good to maybe talk about your business or what you're going through? Would that be a Wednesday or a Friday? What's better, Wednesday, Friday, or Sunday for you guys? Wednesday, Friday, or Sunday? If you were to join us on Clubhouse, just for the sake of conversation. Wednesday, Friday, or Sunday. Let me know what day would be better for you. We already know it'll be the evening probably because that's when most people are available. And we quite frankly like to talk when most people are available. So it'll be the evening time. But Wednesday, Friday, or Sunday, what works best for you really quick? Okay, Angela, go ahead.
So Jadelle says, can you go back to the online courses if you need to look at them again? So yes, Jadelle, once you purchase the course, you own it. You can go back to it as many times as you like.
You own the courses. Yep.
CC says, I like your reply, Kimmi. You got this.
Yes.
Chuggy says, I am new. Wow, I didn't know there were so many services related directly or indirectly that one can do. Thanks, Kimmi. I do need some structure. LOL, I will hop on the site to schedule a strategy call.
Yeah, it would be our pleasure. Yep.
Renee says she's enjoys Clubhouse, is more conversational. Dream Beauty says she's in Savannah, Georgia, too. Chuggy says, would you ladies ever consider franchising the Notary Educators brand for anyone who may look to be educators in the future as well? We never really thought about that.
No, but we're not opposed to, helping other people to grow their businesses, in their area or whatever. Because we teach all 50 states, so we don't really have a need to franchise per se, because we teach everyone from all 50. Once you know how to be a good notary, all your documents do not come from your state, and that's what we teach you, how to handle any piece of paper. And
we are very happy to say that we have taught someone in almost every state in the United States.
Just about.
Yeah. Dimitri said, good evening, all. Sorry I'm late. You can catch the replay, Dimitri.
Hey, Dimitri.
Yes, it turns out that signing company is known for not paying on time or at all. I sent 2 more emails this morning, and I will continue on their Facebook page, the personnel and the business, no more. Oh, this particular, she's saying this particular.
Yeah.
So that's why, we always said check them out first.
Yeah.
Stephanie says, thanks. Charlene says, I signed up for strategy call. Thanks. Dimitri said, what is Clubhouse? Clubhouse is just like another social media platform. And like everybody has mentioned, you don't see the face if you have your picture, but you're able to have a conversation where you can actually hear. Everybody can be a part of the conversation. You can raise your hand, you can be on the stage and say what you need to say. Instead of doing comments, we actually talking to everybody, and everybody can respond back who wants to.
Yeah, and the other reason I like Clubhouse too is a lot of people are shy to come up on the YouTube stage, right? Because we often invite people up, and your hair may not be done or whatever. Even Alexis was saying that for us going over on the Clubhouse platform, she was like, well, we don't have to worry about what we look like. Because on Monday night, guys, I take a little extra time to make sure I don't just hop on here looking like I rolled out the bed, right? But on Clubhouse, I could just drink a little water and be like, hey, It's like I've done Clubhouse a few times. What'd you say, Alexis?
I just say it's like we're on the phone.
Just like you're talking on the phone to 50 people or 100 people or whatever. So we are definitely going to try it in October. And again, if it works for us, we'll do it. If it doesn't, we're cool with that. We will definitely be keeping, like I said, Notary Mentor Mondays, because we just love talking to you guys on this platform. also, but we're just gonna be available, and it's just more free training for you, free mentorship for you. So, be there, be square.
You're so funny. Asia says, my ladies, I passed my NNA NSA examination and the background check as well. I did signing agent, but when I enter my name in the search bar, I don't come up in my city. I'm in Virginia. Thanks.
Oh, it might take a minute for you to show up. It could take a few days. It might even take a week or so.
Yeah.
Just check back. Yeah, just check back.
Yeah, it does.
Just check back.
So there's a Facebook user.
We have Lynn Roberts says, besides general notary work, fingerprinting, I-9, and apostille, what other services do you all offer? And I am not on Clubhouse.
Oh, okay, so I'll go really quick. I also offer proctor services. I just added translation services because of Angela. She told me about that. So I offer what else?
Loan signing.
Loan signing. And then I go to anywhere, hospitals, nursing homes, specialty, notary work, whatever. So yeah, a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I pretty much do everything.
I do everything.
But the Ron, and of course, and then the
wedding officiant.
We are wedding officiant.
I don't do. Yeah, that's the only thing I don't do. I don't do Ron either or wedding officiant.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So Littman Mobile says the apostille class still only live at this point. Yes, it is, but we are working on an online class for apostille. Mm-hmm. And Kim is on me just like she was on me for the other one, just so you know.
Yeah, I'm trying to get her to roll out that apostille, guys.
Gotta be right.
Hey to everybody that's still joining us. We actually should have been done, but you guys are still joining us, and we really want to answer all your questions. Hey. So we really appreciate you being here. It is definitely our pleasure. We are going to answer all these questions right quick. And again, we just thank you guys for spending part of your holiday weekend with us.
Yeah.
Okay, Angela.
So Wits Life says, hi, ladies. I'm in Savannah, Georgia, and I was wondering if you would charge extra if general notary work appointments run over by 30 minutes to 1 hour. Oh, I think we answered that. I don't usually do.
Well, I'm going to start.
On the situation.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, like I said earlier, it depends on the situation.
Yeah, if they like running late or something crazy, that's when you start charging. But if it runs over because they ran over the document or something, I don't know. I don't really schedule, depending on the type of situation. Like, let's say it's 4 people involved or something. I'm in my head already going to set out an hour for them on my schedule.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Because, talking wise, I don't want anybody to feel rushed. I want it to be a complete job. I want it to be thorough. So I always kind of block off an hour, depending on what the document is and what factors play. But if it goes over, yeah, depending on the situation.
I got a situation where I would charge extra. If I was called for general notary work, and maybe I'm going to say it was a couple, and they told me to be there at 6:30 that they would be home. And I always confirm my appointments, early in the afternoon for later in the day. And if they confirm yes, and if I get there and it's 6:30 and one of them, the wife or the husband is home, we're waiting on the other, and it's 30 or 45 minutes later, yes, I would charge an extra fee.
Right.
Okay.
So Gary Thornton says, do you guys put your general notary work inside your notary gadget schedule?
I don't know.
So I don't put it in my schedule on Notary Gadget, but I do put all of my appointments over there as far as what I did to keep up with my money, to keep up with my expenses and everything, because I use my Google Calendar for my appointments. So like I had one Sunday at 3, so I'll just go to Google and put it on here. And then as people are calling me, I'm like, hey, let me check my calendar. So I don't use it, Gary, because I'm just not that technology savvy, like quick. But I do my Google Calendar really quick. So that's what I use to keep up with my general notary appointments and my regular signing company appointments too. I put everything in my Google Calendar because I don't want to overbook.
So Asia says, guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Yes.
Please hit the like button, please.
So
Thank you, Asia.
Okay, Kim, you can write these down. Dimitri says Tuesday or Friday.
Tuesday, Friday.
We got a Wednesday from Facebook. We got a Sunday. We got a Sunday. We got a Sunday for Clubhouse. We got a Friday or Sunday. Sunday. Wednesday or Sunday for Clubhouse. Sunday, Wednesday or Sunday. It seems like the Sundays have it.
Yeah.
Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Renee says, I will make myself available for any day you choose, Wednesday, Friday, or Sunday.
And they are.
Today,
Oh, that's true. That's recorded too. Yeah, that's recorded too. We appreciate that, guys. Let me see.
So Stacy says party line.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool over there. It's not as strict either. We could even probably do music over there, I think.
Natural Justice says, hi ladies, how do you get on Clubhouse? Is it an app you download?
Yep, it used to be only for Apple, but now it's for all Droid or Apple. So you just download the app. I'm gonna show you what it looked like really quick if I can.
Is it still invitation only? Remember at one point you had to be invited?
No, it's not like that anymore.
It's not invitation only.
Invited by somebody.
Oh, there it is. Wait a minute, where is it at?
That little gray app.
Yeah, it's a little gray app, like an old-fashioned
Clubhouse. Go to the Play Store and just type in Clubhouse.
Yeah, Clubhouse. Yep. So go ahead and start downloading that app, guys, and get ready for October. We'll let you know when our first one will be.
We already have a page over there too.
We have a page over there.
Yeah, we have a page, so you can already go there.
Go and follow.
And so go ahead. Is it Notary Educators or is it Notary Life with Kimmi? Though, let me see.
I can't remember.
Let me look. Go ahead. You can keep talking, Angela.
So Lona Martin says, hello, ladies. Hello, Lona. Chuggy says, what if when we get to the teaching point, we want to be affiliated with the Notary Educators brand when we start educating those coming behind us? You ladies are absolutely awesome. So like Kim mentioned,
that's so sweet.
So like Kim mentioned, we're not franchising right now, adding on. But Chuggy just gave me an idea, actually. But anyway, I had to talk to the ladies about it. So, yeah.
Oh, over at Clubhouse, and I want to know your idea, too. At Clubhouse, guys, look for Notary Life with Kimmi, not Notary Educators. Notary Life with Kimmi over there. I might see, can I set it up as Notary Educators, but I'll keep y'all posted. But right now, I already got so many followers over there under Notary Life.
You could just change the name.
Oh, true. You're so smart.
Well, don't change the name. Well, we'll talk.
Yeah. Okay.
So, did we have a Facebook user?
Okay. That was Lynn Roberts. I officiated 3 weddings last year and need to go back to marketing it. It was pretty easy money.
Yeah.
I hear that a lot.
Yeah. So Donia Edwards says, ladies, field inspection in my area pays $9 1 hour for my time for 9/16. I was told by someone that they were $20 minimum. I have no desire to do that anymore. And aren't they just different prices depending on
the company?
No.
Sign up for more companies, maybe.
I have seen some like $9 too. And for me, that's a no-go for me.
Right, me, yeah.
And Danielle says she don't respond to the alerts. Laura gives us the thumbs up. Chuggy says, will this live be available for replay? Yes, it will. You can go back and look at it. We have some more Sundays. Natural Justice says Team Android. Demetri said, I just downloaded the app. We have one more Facebook question.
Sean Powell says, hey, ladies.
Hey, welcome. So
we're
going to go ahead and get ready to get out of here, guys. I thank you all for all of your suggestions about Clubhouse and everything else that we talked about. We do want to support you on your journey. The website for the classes is Notary Educator. Wait a minute. I can't talk in
LLC.com.
Well, he want me to type. He or she want me to type.
Oh.
General type. Notary Educators LLC.com. I just typed it too. So on behalf of Notary Educators and Notary Life with Kimmi, I am going to say good night. Thank you all so much. And I'll let Angela and Alexis take us out.
Thank you guys so much. As always, we really enjoyed spending time with you on this Monday night. We are very appreciative of you being here, especially on this holiday. So good night, and I hope you guys have a great week.
Be safe out there.
Alexis, the whole hour and 30-something minutes. We went over, but we really enjoyed talking to y'all. It's literally the highlight of my week. So I will see you on. Y'all have a good week.
Have a good week, guys. Be safe.
Bye-bye. Be safe.